everyone at home or wherever you happen to be. My name is Miss Jaime, and this is another Art Explorations for Kids. So today we're going to talk about cave paintings. And cave paintings are some of the earliest art pieces made by man that were created on the sides of caves. They can date back as early as 44,000 years ago. They're not just pictures, they're also just early stories of how early man may have existed and how they hunted and everyday life. So we're going to go ahead and create our own cave painting today. And we're going to start off by using our watercolors and our mural brush. So we're going to go ahead and dip our brush in the water. And we're going to work with earth tones because, on the side of the cave, we have lots of browns. And some of the early cave paintings also have been done with some deep reds and grays. So we're going to try to stick with those colors. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into our light brown here, and I'm just going to rock the mural brush back and forth to make sure that I don't get the paint in any of the other pans. And so I have a nice layer on my brush, and you want to make sure that you have paper, some kind of surface under your mixed media paper, because we're going to be going all the way to the edges, and you don't want to get your table or anything else that you're in your near vicinity dirty with the paint. So what we're going to do is, instead of doing our washes, we're just going to apply the paint kind of splotchily. Try to give it that cave texture of rock and dirt. And once you start to run out of the paint on your brush, just go ahead and re-wet. And repeat the same thing into that light brown, that rocking motion, to get some more paint and pigment on there. And keep going. And just spread it around. So you may get some extra hairs from your brush in your painting. You'll see I have a few here and here. That's okay, don't worry about it right now as your painting is wet. Once it dries, you'll be able to go back and get those right off without getting fingerprints in this nice texture that you've created. And now we're going to add in another brown, and we're going to apply it using the same technique, but just in a few different spots instead of all over the page like we did with our first layer. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and let this dry completely before we continue on to create our actual cave drawings on our cave wall. So now our piece is dry. You might notice that your paper has some buckling, which is this waviness you see here in the paper. That's fine. We can work with it like this is, and I will show you a technique once we're done that'll help you flatten it out. Okay, so now we're going to take our jumbo jet black pencil, And what we want to do is create a hunting scene on our cave wall. Okay, so we're going to begin by drawing our bullhead. And cave paintings are a little bit more representational. They're not exact. We're not going for completely lifelike here. We're going to come down for the bull's first leg, create a hoof, come back up, now we're going to go in, create his belly, and then create his back leg. Bring it around a little just to show the hoof. Up, around, up, and create his back. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and draw in the back legs. And we're just going to mimic what we did with the front legs, creating that same shape. And lastly, we want to add in the horns. Okay, and because we're creating a hunting scene, we want to go ahead and add a person in here. So we're going to think a little bit like a stick figure, just a little bit thicker. Bring his arm up to a point, down, his leg down, back up, down and up, and bring the other arm up and back down to connect to the head. And because this is a hunting scene, we see a lot of arrows and symbols. Sometimes even in cave paintings you'll see pictures of hands that have been imprinted on the walls. We're going to go ahead and add an arrow here. Just up in this top corner. I'm going to make the arrowhead just a little bit bigger. Okay, now that we have it outlined, we're going to go ahead and pick out our black oil pastel and go over it. It's okay if your lines are in different widths, because cave paintings oftentimes have a smudgy appearance and they are not exactly perfect with even lines and strokes. And as you're laying down your oil pastel, just be careful to watch what your hand is doing. A lot of times I'll actually use my pinky finger to help stabilize my hand when I'm drawing, just to make sure that I don't get my hand in the oil pastel, because it will get on you and it'll smudge all over your drawing, and you don't want to mess up the nice drawing you're creating. Okay, so now we have it outlined in black. We're going to go ahead and pick up a gray. And remember, I said that we're sticking with earth tones, those grays, blacks, reds, browns, for our cave paintings because these are the pigment colors that they had to work with. So we're going to go ahead and add this gray into our person. And it's okay if you have a little bit of blending between your black and your gray, because a lot of these cave paintings were applied with the materials they had at the times, which were often hands, so you had a lot of blending between the colors. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and pick one of our browns. I'm going to pick my lightest one, and we're going to start filling in our bowl. And I'm going to color him in just halfway down to his stomach here, because we're going to fill that in with some red in a moment, and just halfway down his legs because we're going to also add some red there. Now we're going to go ahead and take our red, just add that to our bull's stomach. And finally, we're going to finish off our bull's horns with the white. And so now we have our cave painting, and you can see we have recreated a hunting piece with this great texture technique that we have learned to use in our background to create that sort of cave-like wall appearance. And if you've enjoyed creating this piece, I really hope that you look further into cave paintings. They're really a fascinating art form. And it's really amazing to see what early people did in order to put their stories down for future generations to see. So I mentioned earlier that you may have some buckling in your paper, and you may not be happy with this wavy appearance. Well, there is an easy way to fix that. So just gently flip over your paper. You don't want to smudge what you've created on the other side. Dip your mural brush in some water and just apply a layer of water. You want to make sure your brush is not too saturated because you don't want to have too much water on your paper for the next step. Once you get that layer of water down, what you're going to want to do is take something like your mixed media pad or a book and just lay it on top, let it sit for a few hours, and when you come back, you'll have a nice flat piece of paper. Now, if you are happy with your painting the way it is, you can go ahead and stop right here. This is where the beginning portion of the lesson will end. And if you would like to continue further and add some more to your piece, then stick around and we'll begin the advanced portion in just a second. So welcome back to the advanced portion. Now we're just going to go in and add some more texture to our piece with our soft pastels. And again, we're going to continue using our earth tones. So what I want to do is actually add a little bit of softening around our edges here, because a lot of the cave paintings were done with hands, and so they would have been, created with our fingertips. So I'm just going to take our black and around our edges here, just put down a little bit of the black pastel. And this can be rough because, again, we're going to go in and smudge it. And now all we need to do is just use our index finger and smudge around our edges. And notice I'm keeping my hand off the page, because if you let your hand rest on it, you're going to end up getting soft pastel all over, and we don't want to mess up our nice drawing that we already have created from the beginning of the lesson. So now that we've gone ahead and we've added our extra texture around our characters, and now we're going to go ahead and add just a little bit more texture onto our cave walls, but we don't want to completely cover all this fun texture we've created with our watercolor. So we're just going to take a little bit of this lighter brown and just add a few little spots of color. And you don't have to put them in the same places I'm doing. This is your cave wall, and you could add accents wherever you'd like. And now we're going to go ahead and use 2 fingers this time to make sure that we really smudge in these areas that we put in really well. So now that we have finished adding these details to our cave painting, you want to go ahead and make sure that you wash those pastels off of your hands really well to make sure that you don't get them on anything else in your house. So now you have your own historic cave piece that you can show off to others. I hope you all enjoyed working on this project with me. I enjoyed working on it with you. I had so much fun, and I can't wait to see you all on the next Art Explorations for Kids.